Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. I am Gilly Rosari. That is my main man, Mr. LL himself, Larry Loper. We are coming to you live on YouTube from Northern Delaware. Woo woo! Anyway, real quick, we're going to do NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, Preakness, golf with the PGA. We're going to do a little boxing, and the NFL schedule just came out, hot off the presses. Don't touch muy caliente. And we're going to get into some of the key matchups, the marquee matchups. We're going to make way too early prediction on the season record. Of course, let's have fun with it. Just came out today. So let's get it cracking.
Excuse me, y'all. Allergies.
Yep, it's that time of season. I might sneeze too before this show's over. Let's start with the NBA.
Yeah.
We got Celtics and Cavs are playing right now. The Celtics can close out the Cavs if they win. They're up 3-1 in this series. So give me your thoughts on the Celtics first, and we'll go series by series.
Well, this in my opinion, this is over. I mean, we knew daggone well. First and foremost, Cleveland. Shout out to Cleveland, man. You know, unfortunately, it's the same path that Milwaukee took. They got injured at the wrong time. You know, with Giannis, Dame, what they predicted, you know, it's a different outcome. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, same with Cleveland. I don't think it'd have been a different outcome with Cleveland fully staffed up. I just think Boston's a better team. I think Boston would actually play a little bit better because it's more like it's hard to get up when you know you're not playing a team that really can match you. You know what I mean? Seriously, it's like you play ball, you play sports. You try not to have a letdown game, but it's hard to kind of get up for teams where you know they really can't do anything with you. You know, they had to play their best game, and we had to play our worst game for this to even be a game. Okay, so right now it's a closeout game. They'll close them out at home. You know, have a little rest before that New York Indiana series kicks in. You know, I just think Boston once again is a superior team. It was some points that was made on the TNT, TBS, my fault, TNT. Which one? With Shaq, Charles Barkley, and all them, right? TNT. They made a great point where they're saying that with lesser teams, the style, the way that Boston played could work, okay? Because it's a lot of one-on-one ball. It's a lot. I mean, they create their own shots with Tatum and Brown. They could create their own shots. The roster, for the most part, all could create their own shots, right? I think when you go against a team, which I think is going to challenge them the most, I think that New York team will probably challenge you more of all the series. I think New York will if we make it past Indiana, which I got this coming past me, Indiana. It'll be more of a series, but they really won't get tested into the finals. I think in the finals is where you really – that style of play won't work if you go against a Denver. It just won't. You know, I think that they'll get past Cleveland. This game over, bro. I'm more interested in see what's going to happen with the Indiana and New York series because up to this point, both teams have held fast at home. You know what I mean? So we looking at it that way. I look for a big game out of Halliburton tomorrow. I think Brunson will go in there and try to do what he could do. But like they say, on the road, the role players really don't travel on the road. You know what I mean? At home, you can build off the energy of the crowd, things of that nature. So you already know that Indiana going to come out swinging. They got embarrassed. They got blown out in the Garden. So I do not see that happening again. So now this is the games that we really got to come out there, play our game. But if it come down to a close game, I like New York. I love New York. Only gripe I got against my team is the way that Coach Tibbs plays people, man. Like, come on, man. You got to go into that bench, man. You should have to go into that bench because we got injured players. Josh Hart playing 48 minutes, man, in the playoffs. High energy. That's insane, man. That's insane. I don't care if you want to be on the floor or not. You got to have some rotation, man. You know what I mean? So I ain't going to keep on blabbering about the playoff, but that's my opinion on the East. I ain't get to the West yet. But what's your opinions on the East?
Well, I'm in agreement with the Celtics. I think they close it out tonight. I think you and I both thought they were probably going to win in 5, and I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to win in 5, gentlemen's sweep. Cleveland just didn't have the bullets. They didn't have the horses. Boston's so good that they can win, a few series without Kristaps. Now, I don't think they can win it all without him. They're going to need him for one of those teams in the West, but I think they can get through the East without him. They still got their, big three, if you want to call it that. And that should be enough to get them into the NBA Finals, which, by the way, I have a question for you. It's a silly one, but it's on my mind. It just hit me. I thought about it earlier. Why does the NBA refer to it as the NBA Finals, but the NHL refers to it as the NHL Final? Why is that? Finals for the NBA, Finals.
No. That's a good question, man, because it's still a 7-game series, which way you look at it.
And the NHL is older than the NBA.
It is. Maybe, I don't know. I know that's a good question, brother.
Just to be different? I don't know.
I mean, both 7-game series, right?
Right.
On both sides, you still got 7 games, best out of 7.
Yeah.
So it technically is, but then it's the final. So
it's the final. You can't get any more.
There's no more. So where's the finals? You feel me?
Yeah.
Ain't no more finals. This is multiplicity. It only takes a gift. It takes an Aries to think about that type of stuff, man. It's Aries thing, man.
Just throw it out there. If somebody knows, if there's a reason, please comment after you like and subscribe to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. I would love to know. Just share the knowledge. So I think we're in agreement too with the Knicks and Pacers. I think the Knicks will win, but I think it's going to be in 7. Yeah. I think Indiana will come strong. I don't know that they'll blow out the Knicks, but I do think they're going to win. The series is too tight. The Knicks, they only play like 6-7 guys. That's it. Between injuries and Tibbs, really likes to, play his starters, deep minutes. He plays every game like it's game 7. I think he's maximizing what Hart and DiVincenzo can give you, but ultimately at the end, Hart and DiVincenzo are really bench players that are kind of elevating their play, because they have to. They got to play because of the injuries. And B, I think the 3 of them, along with Brunson, that Villanova connection, they just work really well together. I don't think Hart and, let's be fair, the 3 of them have never been as good prior to coming on the Knicks together. They've all been on different teams. Hart was on the Lakers. DiVincenzo, what was he on? Golden State
and Milwaukee.
And Milwaukee. Yep. And Brunson was on Dallas. Now Brunson was good on Dallas, but he's taking it to another level. Yeah. I mean, he's better than Kyrie. Right? I mean, it's ridiculous. He's had his 5th 40-point game now.
Yes.
He had another 40-point game yesterday.
Yes.
So I think they're going to find a way to win the series, but I don't expect a whole lot left in the gas tank. I think they're going to go up against a bigger, better team, a Boston team that it don't matter how good one team is and how bad the other team is. When those 2 cities, which is what we were hoping for, when their teams lock up, it's personal. It's personal. It's the beast from the East. You know what I'm saying? It's Bam Bam Bigelow all day long. Unfortunately, we'll get to it later. Doesn't look like that's going to happen in hockey. I don't think the Bruins are going to do their part to make it a New York-Boston thing there. But at least it appears possibly that it's going the way basketball-wise.
Right.
Boston's definitely going to get there. I mean, we could pretty much say that. Yeah. We're hoping the Knicks got a 3-2 series lead in this. They got to win one of the next 2 games. Pacers got to win both, and they got to win game 7 in New York. Good luck. That crowd will be electric. So we'll get to the next round. When it's time to get to the next round, what we need to do is get our boy Brad back on next week.
Indeed.
Because I think it'll be conference final for both leagues. So we'll get him on. We'll ask him in his opinion, what it took for the teams, in particular the NHL, to get to where they're at. This is what we were hoping for a few weeks ago. So we'll get to that. So I'm with you with the Knicks and the Celtics. Let's go to the West.
Okay.
You lead the way, man. What a difference a week makes.
What up?
From Minnesota looking like it'd be a sweep to now.
I told you. Heart of
a champion.
If you go back to our podcast, when it kicked off, what did I say? I said I can't count out a champion because one thing I know about Denver, they've been in this position before. They were down 2-0 before, right? Everybody was on a high. Everybody is sweeping the champion in Minnesota. I said, no, they have not lost anything. Their coach is too good for him not to make adjustments, okay? They got smacked in the face the second game. Defensively, they were locked in. They frustrated them, and it was just, you just seen it, right? I said they're going to go in Denver. They're going to go in Minnesota. Now we ain't got to worry about the crowd. You know what I mean? Everybody's against us. You know, we believe in us. That game right there showed me the heart of a champion because that game was the significant game for me. I said, they're going Minnesota, which I had a feeling was going to happen. I said, they're going to make adjustments. Joker's going to play like Joker. Murray's going to come and play like Murray. What happened was good coaching. This is where you go with coaching at, brother.
Budenholzer.
Great coaching.
Budenholzer.
I'm just saying, this is why you have to let coaches establish systems, okay? You can't give a coach a year or two and expect him to make miracles. I don't care what the roster is. I don't care what the roster is, bro. You got to give a coach time to bring his system in, okay? Now, what happened was Mike Malone was able to make the adjustment. If you notice, instead of having Murray bring the ball up without letting some screeners happen, what did he do? He keep the Joker back so he can set a little light screen on him. Free him up so he can see the court. What happened? Instead of him posting at the bottom, what did they start doing? Bringing Joker to the key. Now the player's going through the key. Now it's like, if I play him tough? If I don't play him tough, I'm going to hit the three on him. If I play off him, right? If I get one-on-one, which he just abused Rudy Goldberg, he showed you. He took it personal. He got the trophy, and he showed you that, listen, I don't care about you winning Defensive Player of the Year because better offense going to out-trump better defense. I promise you will. We've seen it, 40-plus on him. Rudy Goldberg ate him. It was barbecue chicken. He was so frustrated, he didn't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It was so bad at the press conference, the coach had to admit. He said, this is what MVPs do. It's nothing we could have done better that could have made the outcome any different. Nikola Jokic told you that it's my league. I'm going to shut Shaq up because Shaq is still better than Steve Nash beat him that MVP year. Who gives a damn?
He's still doing
I get it. He's still Saudi. Okay. What do champions do, Gil? I expect to chirp. I expect you to hate on me. I expect you to say I didn't deserve it. So instead of me going back in the media and back and forth and stay, we ain't going to do that. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to shut you up through my performance. There's no way that Shaq could sit there and still say that man deserved the MVP because he's showing you what the MVP does. Just as well SGA showed you on his side what the MVP should have done. He's leading OKC. That young boy leading OKC. He's consistently giving you 30. He's leading the charge with his team, okay? But what we saw last night, my brother, was what you call the most dominant performance I've seen out of center. And that's why I say he got to be in that category with me because he's dominating the competition. It's one of them things where if you play ball and we both play ball, you feel me? I'm telling you that is the most frustrating game to play as a defender because there's nothing you can do. You can send the deuce at him. It don't matter because if you send the double at him, he's going to find an open shooter. They're knocking his shots down. They're going to find the cutters. The offense is running through the big man. You feel me? He's setting picks. You see him. He's bulldozing jokers. He's hitting them with finesse moves. There's nothing you can do. It's frustrating. Okay? So once again, they're going to wrap it up the series. Anthony Edwards, I still think you're the future. Definitely are. Unfortunately, you have no help. Cat is soft. Rudy Goldberg makes the dumbest decisions in crunch time. Oh, my God, it was just so bad in Minnesota. The dude had a traveling call. He had a goaltending call. He had the charge. He had, setting the moving pick. Any stupid move you could have done as a defender, he did. And that's the downside of Rudy Goldberg. As much as you're going to get the defense, you're going to get stupidity, okay? Cat, he wants to be a three-point shooter. He don't want to dominate. He want to be a three-point shooter. It works when it works. It's terrible when it doesn't, okay? Unfortunately, the young boys gas, man. I can't give you no more. I'll give you 40-40, and I ain't got no help. Okay? So this series is over, in my opinion. I mean, they figured them out. OKC, Minnesota has not made the adjustments, and I don't think the coach can make the adjustments, to be honest. I just think he's getting out coached and outplayed. OKC side, Dallas, Luka gonna come out of a big game. I promise you he is. He had a terrible game the last game to his standard, to his expectations. So I expect Dallas to come out.
Free throws.
Yeah, it's if any downside, that'll be it. You know what I mean? I expect them to come out aggressive. I expect Kyle and Kyrie to come out aggressive. I see it being a 7-game series once again. Now we're gonna see OKC really built for this moment because Dallas is definitely coming out punching. I promise you they are. I like to see, but man, I mean, it don't matter who plays Denver. I told you I like Denver come out the West. I told you, and if it's Denver and a Boston matchup,
I'll take it.
I'll take it all day long, brother.
Especially if Chris comes back.
If Chris comes back, it's going to be an interesting series. Good. But I still got Denver because there's nothing you can do with the Joker. There ain't nothing you can do with the Joker. He's the best player in the game. And I think that's when you will see Murray shine his best is in the finals. I promise you. Watch what I tell you. Murray probably go average 30 in the finals. You know what I mean? It's just too much they're going to throw at you. So I've still got Denver. For me, I'm going to make a long prediction. I got Denver winning the whole thing again, back to back. I'm sorry. I know I talked. I give you the ball. What you think, my brother?
I wish I could disagree with you. I think the only thing I'm going to disagree with, I think the Mavericks win in 6 instead of 7 because they let this last game go because they couldn't hit free throws. I don't expect them as a team or Luka to miss that many free throws and cost themselves. I think the Thunder is finding out playoffs. You play at a different pace, a different intensity. They won a round, but now this is against a team and against a superstar that's been there for a while now, for a few years. I think the Thunder, this will be a growing pains kind of experience that they're going to learn from. They may have more talent, but they don't know how to execute it yet. Where the experience definitely goes to the Mavs. Luka's the best player because of experience on that court. I agree with you with the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets close it out in 6 after losing those first 2 games. I think they're going to win the next game. They're already up 3-2, so I think they do win in Minnesota. I think when Denver made the adjustment, Minnesota hasn't. And it's so funny, on paper, it looks so good seeing the 3-time league MVP going up against the 4-time defensive player of the year. And they're both the current guys, but it feels like it's Shaq Mutombo part 2. That's what it feels like. Because one-on-one, you're right. I don't care how good you are defensively. You're not stopping the offensive player. You're hoping you slow him down, and Gobert is not slowing him down. As a matter of fact, as a team, defensively, since he's come back from him and his wife having a baby, the team defense has been worse than it was in those first 2 games. And their best game, Minnesota, was the game that Gobert didn't play.
I agree.
Since he's come back, it's been terrible. They are eating them up now. To be fair, and we both agreed with this, to be fair, Jamal Murray should have probably been suspended for game 3. And if he's suspended game 3, maybe they don't win and they're down 3-0. Who knows if they can rattle off 4 in a row after that? Maybe, because it looks like they're going to do 4 in a row now.
Yeah.
Right? They've done 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But that's as I like to say, I coined the term NBA privilege. I'm not going to use a race or anything like that, or color. I'm just going to say NBA privilege because it's a different set of rules for the NBA players than it is for common folk like you and me and athletes in other leagues, because things like that wouldn't happen in the NFL and stuff like that. So, so I got Nuggets winning in 6. I have Mavericks winning in 6. So it will be a Nuggets, Mavericks, Western Conference Finals, Celtics, Knicks, Eastern Conference Finals.
Update. I got an update for you. Boston's official. They beat them 113-98. You heard it first on What's Good with Gil and Larry. Boston has beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 113-98 to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
You have been updated to the moment right here on the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. Remember to hit like, subscribe, tell a friend. Because all we do is drop knowledge.
That's it,
drop
man.
knowledge. That's all we do. That's all we do. So Celtics are going to have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe whoever they play, Knicks or Pacers, that first game, they come out flat. How great would it be, that first game, if it's against the Knicks and the Knicks are in rhythm of playing, and Boston comes out flat because they're not really a come-from-behind kind of team. Tatum is not a come-from-behind kind of player, especially in the second half. They're front runners. It's what they are. Mm-hmm. And maybe Knicks can steal game 1 and make it, a series right off the bat.
And also Boston offers laws at times. It will law at times. And that's the product of when you play one-on-one ball.
Bingo, hero ball.
Hero ball, exactly. So, I could see the Knicks stealing game 1. If we come out the East, once again, it's not cemented yet, because we still got to deliver. We still got to go out there and finish them, because you never know how Burton and boys might have a big game 7 in the Garden. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing that. Like you said, I think it's going to be electrifying in the Garden. It's going to be crazy. And I don't see Indiana being sustain them runs. You feel me? But once again, we could go Indiana, man, just handle business, close them out, man, like we did Philly. You know what I mean? It could be one of them type of things,
That would be impressive.
It would definitely be impressive.
That would be impressive. I'm not banking on that.
Me either, but
Knicks can win game 6 on the road. I'm not a Knicks fan like you are, but I like the kids like to say, I'll give them their flowers because they've earned it. Brunson is on the verge of being a superstar. Mm-hmm. He is on the cusp. He is playing his best ball in the playoffs.
That's what they said.
And the deeper they get, the better he's playing.
They said that the superstars are cemented in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They said, to become a superstar, you have to elevate your game in the playoffs. So speaking of playoffs, let's switch over to another sport, which is
before we do, I got 2 more quick things with the NBA. 2 more. What are your thoughts on Bronny James?
Oh man, we gotta go there.
Looks like he's coming out, and it looks like if the Lakers don't sign him, draft him in the 2nd round, that LeBron is willing to play for the minimum anywhere, wherever Bronny goes. So it's almost automatic that LeBron's playing with his son next year.
West Court said that, and this is an interesting point. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is an interesting point. Atlanta Hawks got the #1 pick. I don't say it happening, but on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, they brought an interesting subject up. What if Atlanta could get the King, James, was to go draft Bronny, #1? It ain't happening, but just entertainment-wise, right? Just to get him, right? Mm-hmm. I've been talking about this, bro, and it's one of them things like this, and I'm going to stand on it, right? He's 6'1". He's 6'1" officially. Combine list was 6'1". Okay, he's a small guard, right? They said he wasn't playing a position USC. Whatever. You feel me? I think they'll make any excuse to get Bronny in the league. Okay. Now, it's 2 ways I'm looking at this. For Bronny, he got to prove the critics wrong. Mm-hmm. We just talked about it. If you are really that guy, if you really NBA material, we don't believe that you're ready. We don't. Now, averaging 3+ points in college, you definitely ain't ready. You wasn't dominant in college, okay? So you didn't show us a staple size or anything. You wasn't dominant in high school. So you haven't shown us dominant. You're talking about NBA, This is NBA, the best of the best. Grown men, professionals, right? You have to the people that made NBA dominated in high school and college, bro. That's the truth. right? So we know you're coming off the strength of your dad. Okay. Now, you said you want the respect. You said you want to be known as Bronny. You said you want all the above, right? You haven't even spoken for yourself up to this point. Your dad's been speaking for you. So you have to get out the shadow of your father. You have to earn the respect of that locker room first and foremost, because they're not going to respect you. They know that you're only here because of your dad. Okay. So that's your first step, to prove that I deserve to be on this court, right? You already know your damn dad going to pull for you to get playing time, which you probably don't deserve, right? So you got to silence. You got to get the approval of your locker room first. Then you have to come out and play. You have to play aggressive, man. Up to this point, you have not shown this aggression, okay? Because you're going to be so scrutinized for the simple fact that they know that you're only on that court because of your pop, okay? So do I believe he's ready? No. But that's up for him to prove everybody that has this opinion of him wrong. It's up for him to step up to the plate. It's up for him, because you already know his dad going to give him the knowledge. I promise you, this is the conversation when they go home. Hey, Bronny, what did you see? What was you seeing? You could have made that play better. So do I think he could get acclimated? Yes, with the knowledge of his dad, I think he can. I think if you come in there and play his game as a strong point guard, because that's what you're going to be at. But think about it, you're going against the top point guards in the league, bro. They're not going to play with you. They're going to try and embarrass you every night. Whoever you go against, they're trying to make an example. He's a rookie, bro. So he's going to go through rookie bumps and pains, okay? He's not his dad. He's not coming into number one player and with the hype, okay? He is coming with the hype, but not the hype that his dad came in with, right? So once again, he's going to have to prove himself, man. I don't know. Hopefully he'll find that dog in him and he'll come out. I don't see it happening, but I don't see it happening, bro. I just don't see it happening, man. I just don't. I'm trying to lobby for him, but I just don't see it.
I think the NBA is a different animal. I think the players get what they want. I think LeBron gets what he wants. Let me ask you this. Is this too crazy?
Right.
Is it possible, or is this just too far-fetched? Is it possible that the New York Knicks, late in the first round, draft Bronny knowing they're going to get LeBron?
Why would we want to?
New York market, Bronny would be the backup to Brunson.
Right. We can learn it from Brunson.
He could learn from Brunson and his father. The biggest market. So he'll be good. He'll be going to drop LA to New York, and the Knicks are the bigger franchise, bigger than Brooklyn. Right?
Right.
He's back in the East. The East is a little easier than the West. All he's really got to worry about is the Celtics for the most part, right?
Right.
The top level team. I got to see Milwaukee bounce back.
Right.
Well, Milwaukee's house is on fire right now. I got to see that get put out before I can consider them. Sixers are good, but Embiid always gets injured.
Yeah.
It's an easier path to the finals. They only really got to beat one really good team, and that's Boston.
Well, Cleveland.
You put Cleveland in the really LeBron, good category. They're about to lose in 5 games.
If they get LeBron, it's a different team.
If they get LeBron and Bronny,
right?
Do you think that elevates them clearly to at least the second best team in the East?
With him,
clearly.
If Donovan Mitchell could still play at that level,
let's assume Donovan Mitchell's good, really good.
Right.
You still only got 2 stars on the team.
Darius Garland at the guard spot.
Is he a star?
He's a good player.
Good player. They got good players.
I think with the leadership of the way they play with the leadership of LeBron, I think that it elevates him to a different level, even at this age.
You think LeBron is going to go back to Cleveland for a third?
I don't know, man. He went. What
would you do if you're LeBron? You're not Larry Loper,
right?
You know LeBron.
If I'm LeBron,
he's bigger than just basketball.
All right.
And he's thinking about a life after basketball.
Right. If I'm LeBron, then I'm staying in LA.
What if LA doesn't draft
Bronny? Oh, then I don't think he's going to drop to the Knicks. I don't think he's going to be ready. I don't think whoever got that opportunity to grab him, I don't think he's going to even get to that far. You feel me? He's going to probably be a mid-first rounder. The way it's looking, probably a mid-first rounder, man. Somebody going to pull a trigger on it, man. But New York, the Knicks get them.
You don't think LeBron behind the scenes can arrange something before the draft?
That's called tampering.
I'll say it again. He put together his team in Miami.
Sure did.
He put together his team in Cleveland the second time. He put together his team in LA twice.
Yeah, so now you're talking about the Knicks.
So you're telling me that he behind the scenes, he's not going to tell all the other teams, don't draft my son. He's not playing for you. Hey, Knicks, you draft him, you get me for the minimum. You get me for a guaranteed 2 years.
That's
2 years.
That's tantalizing, Jack. That's tantalizing, Jack.
I mean, they'll be the Knicks will be the talk of the town. And that's saying a lot. It won't be the Yankees.
No, it'll be
no matter
the
how good they are. It won't be the Rangers, even if they win the Stanley Cup.
I really think that, especially the relationship he has with Jeannie Buss, I don't think he's going to leave. I think they're going to make it work where they're going to end up getting Ronnie, man.
Then they're going to have to draft them in the first round to guarantee it. The Lakers are going to have to come out and say,
I can see it happening.
I don't see that happening. I could see them doing it in the second round. That's why I jump them.
I don't think he's going to be there for them to do it. I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think they're going to have the opportunity to grab him in the second round.
So who do you think is going to get him in the first when LeBron says, don't do it? Don't do it.
Man, somebody going to take that risk and grip him.
Somebody in the first round is going to draft a guy who scored 3.5 points a game with the chance that they get LeBron when LeBron's saying, don't do it. Man,
we done seen worse, bro.
These things are already worked out.
I honestly don't think that he should go first round, and I don't think no franchise can justify him. I don't think no franchise is not going to be able to can justify pulling Bronny James in the first round. I don't think it's possible.
I think he, as a rookie, should be a G League player.
I believe so too.
But I think if you're thinking money and you're thinking business, it's a 2-for-1. I'm getting 2 Jameses. They'll play together. They'll make history because there's never been a father and son.
Oh my God, we're going to sell out arenas. We're going to sell out arenas. There's a money maker coming.
Just any arena. We're talking about the self-proclaimed world's most famous arena and every arena that they go to after that.
In New York.
Yeah. To me, New York is the place.
I don't know Savannah. I'm going to want to go to New York, though.
She could stay at home. She could stay in Cleveland. It's 2 years. It's 2 years.
Live in LA.
Hey, listen, they were just at the Cavs game the other day.
Yeah, they were.
They were just there. So they got a home in Cleveland.
They got a home in Cleveland.
Listen, I'm just throwing it out there. And the other thing, real quick, with the NBA, it looks like it's not official, but it looks like the NBC has the highest offer for broadcasting NBA games, which means TNT would lose the NBA. And Ernie Johnson already said he wants to stay with TNT and TBS, even if they lose the NBA, which means it would break up the Inside the NBA show.
Oh, man.
That's on TNT. And there's no guarantee that NBC would hire Shaq, Kenny.
Yeah, you're right.
Charles anyway. So What do you think about? I'm excited about the NBA going back to NBC because I loved it when it was in the '90s.
I did too. Yeah,
That got me juiced up. But
I would love to see them be in a working situation where they can still have TNT. You know what I mean? I mean, all this damn money that they got, all this money generating, man. I don't see why not. You know what I mean? Because I just love. I feel Ernie. I like the aesthetics of it all, man. I just feel like it's a good fit in TNT. It's a good fit. The aesthetics is good. They already got a flow. It's already, you know, and they work well together. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to see that break up because I don't think you could duplicate that. I don't care who the hell comes over there, and I don't care what great matchup you put on. That's like Skip trying to redo his show. You know, Shannon made the show though. You feel me? I just don't see it. Like, and I feel Ernie. I won't want to go to NBC. You don't know how they get down. It's no guarantee. It's no flow. You ain't guaranteed to bring the same type of. You know, it's a lot of things going on behind the scenes and make this program the way it is. You feel me?
Loyalty is important.
It is,
you know, Ernie Johnson's father worked for TBS, which is the same family as TNT. So then Ernie Johnson works for TBS and TNT. You know, at his age, I mean, I'm guessing he's late 60s, maybe early 70s at this point. He's gonna commit. It would have to probably be a 10-year contract. He's gonna commit to NBC at this point. You know, it's not about money. Ernie's made his money, so I think he's gonna stay, and that'll break up the team because he knows when to step in and when to pull back. Let the guys just you know have the time and stuff.
He's the flow. He's a glue. He's a glue to keep the glue.
He really is.
He really is
the glue. So
I don't see him having the same success outside of him. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, NBC had a whole lot of success before.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
He had inside.
But then they had Ahmad Rashad in them back then.
They had Ahmad Rashad. They had Bob Costas.
But Bob Costas, So it's definitely, you know, for the games, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the same way. I loved it when it was when they had to play.
But listen, the '90s were the decade of Jordan.
So
any pregame, halftime, postgame involved Jordan.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have success.
Yeah.
You're gonna have success.
We got privy to the greatest player ever played, man. Thank you. Thank you for being born in that era.
I feel very privileged. Jordan, Mariano Rivera, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Got to see it from beginning to end. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being born in that era. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so let's switch to the NHL. Let's do that hockey.
Yes, sir. Let's do that hockey.
So obviously we're not going to go into detail like we just did with the NBA, but quick overview. Stars Avalanche, they're playing tonight.
You know what, man? Dallas, I mean, I thought Avalanche was going to come out, and we talked about that. Remember, we thought the Avalanche was going to give Dallas problems,
and they stole game one.
They definitely did.
They were down 3-0.
After that, Dallas put it on.
Yeah, they put it on. They're up 3-1, and they're playing right now.
Yeah, they put it on. So I see Dallas closing them out tonight. I do. Bruins and Panthers. Shoot, after that first game, I thought it might have been the Bruins.
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
I really did. But then, man, game two, man, they poured it on them. In game three, they poured them on them. And then, obviously, this was a controversial call. That one game, with Florida, right now it's 3-2. But I think that I'm not going to count Boston out. But I think that right now, Panthers look fast on ice. They look more explosive. So I got the Panthers actually winning that series.
So do I. I have Panthers in 6.
Yeah, I do too. Once again, we wanted the Boston, New York. Once again, I can't count them out, but I'm counting them out because I think the Panthers are going to finish them. And the Rangers is, Carolina putting up a fight, but I think Rangers is going to close them out. Rangers is a better team. They're predicted to win the whole thing. So I think it's a good series. Definitely a competitive series, man. It wasn't like the Rangers ran through them. This was a competitive series, bro.
Even when the Rangers won, they were winning in overtime.
Yes. So it wasn't like they dominated them.
Right.
You know, Carolina definitely put up great fight. You know what I mean? But I just think the Rangers are going to close them out. That Vancouver series is what I thought it was going to be. Edmonton, Vancouver, it's neck to neck, bro.
Yeah.
Neck to neck. I don't really see no advantages either which way. You know.
Well, I see an advantage on the fact that that the Canucks have better defense, better goaltending. Oilers maybe better offense, but their goaltending is, of all these teams left, they have the worst goaltending. The worst. They can be up by 3 goals after 2 periods.
You're right about that.
They'll lose the game.
You're right about that.
They'll lose it. So even though we both kind of wanted the Oilers, and the series is tied at 2-2, I ultimately think the Canucks will win. I think it's going to be a Stars Canucks in the West, and it's going to be Rangers Panthers in the East.
Man, that East
that'll be good.
Look, with the Panthers and Rangers, that's offense.
That'll be good.
That's offense. Mm-hmm. That's exciting hockey. And on the flip side, on the other side, is defense. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be defense. You got 2 excellent goaltenders on both sides, with Vancouver and Dallas. So it's gonna be a defensive game. You know, and then on, like I said, the Panthers and Rangers, it's gonna be offense.
Yeah,
it's gonna be explosive. It's gonna be explosive, bro.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great hockey, man. So I can't wait to get Brad on so we can really go into it and his opinion and who we got coming out.
He'll go more into detail with players and trends and matchups more than what we can do. So what we don't do here on this podcast, we don't fake it. If we don't know it, we mention it and we keep it moving. So that's what we do. I recommend #can't stop watching hockey. We're into it, and we're not hockey guys, but we enjoy the playoffs. So I recommend you guys out there be into it too. After all, it is the coolest sport, and not just because they play on ice. Well, maybe because they play on ice. Moving on from that, and like we said, we will try to get our friend Brad back on the show. He'll talk NBA, but we want him on for the NHL, that's for sure. Probably we'll start talking NHL next week. We'll flip it. Real quick, horse racing, the second leg of the Triple Crown, the Preakness, will be on Saturday. And the favorite is Muth, 8-5. The Kentucky Derby winner, Mystic Dan, is second favorite at 5-2. Listen, the only thing that's really worth rooting for is the horse, in my opinion, the horse that won the Kentucky Derby. So in 3 weeks from now, he can go for the Triple Crown at the Belmont.
Belmont, yeah.
So
that's what we go for.
Mystic Dan. I don't know what makes Muth the favorite. I think that's how you say it, M-U-T-H. But he is the favorite at 8-5. So I'll be rooting for Mystic Dan. Are you the same way with me? You're gonna
I am, man. I am. I like to see history, man. I like to see the Triple Crown, man.
Yeah,
I do,
good.
man. I do. You know.
Good. We since as this show grows, we're going to start to take the show on the road, and we're going to go to events and things like that. The Preakness is just up the road from us.
It is.
It's in Baltimore.
In Baltimore, yep.
It's one of those things where if you're willing to spend the majority of the day there, we can do it. How Gil likes to dress up.
Hey, listen, I'm with it.
Third person now. Gil likes to dress up. He likes to see his girly girl, the wifey, dressing up because she is, yeah, muy caliente. Bring your girl.
Oh, you already know, man. Some nice.
We can.
You already know, man. We can get nice.
We can drink a little more.
Yes, sir.
Some of those adult cocktails, and we can bet on, because there's a lot of horse racing. It's not just that race.
That's just the main event. It's a lot of horse racing. Yes, sir. It's an event.
Remember, like a decade ago, it was rumored that Pimlico, they were going to lose the Preakness, and it might go to Delaware Park. I'll tell you, I've been to both. I used to work at Delaware Park, and I went to the Preakness for a car show, classic car show, and what a dump that place is. They dress it up real nice for the Preakness, but when you're there, when it's not dressed up for a special occasion like that, it is junk. It looks old. I am shocked that it's still there. I guess just because of the fact that it's Baltimore, and I'm sure they would love to have go to a track in Philly, but maybe there's not one there that can compensate that kind of a crowd. But Delaware Park would be like right in between Philly and Baltimore. They should really revisit that. Delaware
Park track is actually a good track.
It's a better facility than
it really is.
Than what they have in Baltimore. But we should go. We should do this. We should think about this for next year. It'll be fun.
Yes, sir. Look, we got some hockey. Look, we got hockey, basketball,
we got hockey,
baseball.
You
know, I want to see a fight with you. I want to go see a fight with you.
Oh my gosh.
Like seriously.
That's when we leave the ladies at home.
Yeah, you gotta leave the ladies at home for that one.
Yeah.
You gotta
all due respect.
We're gonna keep it classy.
Yeah. We're gonna
definitely a guy. Look,
we're gonna keep
a testosterone field night.
Yes,
sir.
Do a little bit of the flexing.
Yes, sir.
Golf, we got the PGA tournament. Scotty Scheffler, who was the favorite and won the Masters. Somebody predicted that.
You did.
Not that I went on a limb. I picked a favorite. Scotty Scheffler is a plus 450. Rory McIlroy is the second favorite. He just won this past weekend. Maybe got his groove back. He is a plus 750, and Brooks Koepka is third at plus 1400. It's hard to pick unless you're, Tiger Woods in his prime. It's hard to pick one of these guys to win back-to-back tournaments.
It's hard.
Yeah. It's hard, so I'm not going to do that. And I got to see Rory win another tournament before I pick him. I'm talking about a major. He just won a tournament last week.
Yeah,
one of the four, and PGA is one of the four big ones. Brooks Koepka, he's good, but he hasn't been really good this year. So I don't think any one of these three are going to win it. I think maybe Rahm will win it. I don't really have a feel on this, but like I said, Rory right now is the hot one. But I learned my lesson on some of these guys. You gotta see it to believe it, and I got to see him win another. It's been a decade since he's won a major, so I got to see him do it again. Scotty Scheffler is the number one player in the world right now, but again, to win back-to-back tournaments, out of them three, I would take Scotty, but I don't think either one of those three are going to win it. So I'm going to take the field, as they say. So, today is a big day because even though there were leaks, which I don't understand where these leaks come from. You ever hear of any leaks from like the Academy Awards, like before the actual? You ever hear? Hey, guess who? We know who won Best Supporting Actor. We know who won Best Song, but yet these leaks from the NFL happen. They make you sign waivers. These people that are involved, but yet these leaks keep coming out. So we knew a few games coming into today. We knew the overseas games and things like that. But the actual schedule came out. I looked at the Bears just before we started recording tonight. And the only game that's to be determined is week 18 against the Packers. So I got the whole schedule unless, they get flexed late in the year. Things that stand out, obviously you look at week one, very manageable at home against the Titans, 1:00. So I like that.
Okay. Let's go through your schedule and I'll go through mine and tell you realistic expectations. Let's go. So you got 1-0. You got 1-0 so far.
I got the Bears. I'm gonna do W's and L's.
Okay.
We're gonna call this the way too early NFL schedule predictions. Okay. Right. Which we can literally change starting tomorrow. But as tomorrow is not today. So today I got the Bears winning week 1 against the Titans. That's a W.
Okay.
At Houston is week 2, and it's a primetime game, NBC at 8:20. I got the Bears losing.
Okay, I agree.
Okay. Week 3 at Indy, 1 o'clock. Interesting.
That's an interesting game.
Coming off of a loss. I wish I knew who Indy was playing week 2. That would be easier for me. I'm gonna say win.
Okay, I can agree with you on that one.
Week 4, home to the Rams. I'm gonna say loss.
Ooh, I actually disagree.
I'm being realistic.
I actually disagree.
Okay.
I like y'all for the win against the Rams at home. I don't see. I mean, Stafford got the defenders, but I think that by that time y'all got some momentum. So I actually like y'all.
It's still a rookie quarterback that will make rookie mistakes.
I agree, but then that defense is not lights out either. You got the Garrett Downs retired. You feel me? Running back, they got a decent running back. The key to that's going to be on your corners if your corners get exposed. You feel me?
They got a good head coach. They got a good quarterback.
They got a good head coach.
And they only won just a couple of years ago. So
okay,
I'm just going to go with the fact that they're the veteran and the Bears are still young. The Bears don't know what they don't know, but the Rams do know what they know and what they don't know because of the experience. I'm being realistic. I would love to say Bears would win, but week 5, Bears at home to the Panthers, 1 o'clock. That's a win.
Okay.
So I'm 3-2. Week 6, it's one of those international games. It's against the Jaguars, 9:30 a.m. on a Sunday. I'm going to say win. Okay. So I got the Bears 4-2. Now they got a bye week 7. They come back week 8 at Washington, 1 o'clock. They're well rested. They're coming off of a win. I say win again. At Arizona. Arizona's not that good. 4 o'clock on a Sunday. It is on the road. I'm going to say, I'm going to say a loss. At home to the Pats, Sunday at 1 o'clock, I'm going to say win. At home to the Packers, they're home. I'm going to say win. At home to the Vikings, I'm going to say loss.
To the Vikings?
Yeah. I'm going to say loss. Again, it's not that the Vikings are so good, but it's the fact that it's a young team and they're going to make mistakes.
But then you got the Minnesota Vikings having a young team too.
Yeah, but going into the season, I'm predicting Sam Darnold to be the starter.
Okay, not McCarthy. Okay.
Not McCarthy.
Okay.
So, it might be a close game.
Okay.
But the Bears, they got to learn to win. And they're not going to win every game, even if they're at home playing a team that's as good or maybe slightly below. The teams that are underdogs do win games. They do win.
You got them beating the Packers?
I got them splitting with the Packers. So they're at home. They win the Packers, and then they have a letdown to the Vikings. Now they play on Thanksgiving Day against the Lions at the Lions. I'm going to say loss.
Okay.
Back-to-back losses. At San Francisco, Sunday, 4:25, I'm going to say loss. 3 losses in a row. At the Vikings, they're going to split with the Vikings. They're going to win a road game. Back on the winning track, they win. Okay. At home to the Lions, now it's cold in Chicago, playing outside. That's a win. Thursday night, at home to the Seahawks, shortened week. That's a win. And the last game will be at the Packers. The time is not set yet, but it's the Packers, and they won earlier. This will be a loss.
So what you got you finishing at?
So I got wins. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and
6.
10 and 7.
Okay.
So they will either just make the wild card or they'll just miss it.
Okay. Now
10 and 7. I will sign up for 10 and 7. And they split every game in their division with each team. They go 1-1 with the Vikings, Lions, and Packers. I will take it. I'll take it. I'll take it, take it, take it. So that is my team. 10 and 7.
All right. I'll clock my wins and losses. All right.
All right. Take your time. Take your time. I'm going to see if I agree.
Man,
week 1.
Cowboys would be week 1. That's what, September 8th, right?
You're telling me? Yeah, I think so, because the first game is the 5th on a Thursday.
Okay. So now we got the Browns at the Browns. I actually think we're going to lose that game.
So, hold on.
I got us open up with a loss.
Okay, so you got that. You know what the significance of that game is? That's going to be Tom Brady's first game that he calls.
Oh, is he?
He's calling that game. Tom Brady and
he went to the booth now.
And Burkhardt. Yeah, he signed that deal a year ago.
Oh, that's what's up.
He's got the number one broadcast. Him and Burkhardt. They moved Olsen to number 2 broadcast. Greg Olsen. So now it's Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady.
Oh, that's what's up.
All right, so you got
look at my boys lose the first one.
Lose, okay.
Tie game in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
We got Saints second week. I got us winning that game.
Saints winning. Okay.
We got the Ravens.
I agree with the first 2, by the way. Yep.
Yeah. The Ravens coming to Dallas. I actually like the Ravens. So I go against Lamar and them boys.
Okay.
Cowboys and Giants. I like the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
We'll win that game. This one is going to be tricky, but I actually like us against the Steelers. I think we can win.
Where's the game at?
It's in Pittsburgh. It's a late game in Pittsburgh. You got Russell Wilson, that offense against the defense. I like us. I think we can come away with the win. Lions, the Cowboys. High octane, loud Cowboys.
Where's it at? Oh,
it's in Dallas.
Okay.
It's in Dallas. 4:00 game in Dallas. I actually like the Lions.
Oh, that's the first one I disagree with you.
Yeah, I think
the Lions. Dallas matches up very well with Detroit. But this is your list, so go ahead.
Yeah, I think that the Lions actually win this one because they got robbed last year. So actually they didn't get robbed. The coach did something stupid like he did in the last game when he played San Fran, playing dumb. So on a matter of fact, let me flip that, man. I actually like Cowboys because the
there we go.
Cowboys coach is stupid.
It goes for it on 4th down if it's 4th and 45.
Good as he is, he's dumb.
Yeah, as good as he makes dumb decisions.
Makes dumb decisions. So you're right. Next game is an 8:00 game. Cowboys at the 49ers. Niners.
Okay.
Niners. They got our number, bro. Interesting. Whew. Cowboys at the Falcons. With Kirk Cousins that offense. I like the Cowboys because I think it's going to come down to coaching, and I don't think that coach is going to be ready. So I like the Cowboys against Atlanta.
Man, I tell you, I am agreeing with every single one so far.
Eagles and Cowboys. Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Eagles win on the road.
On the road. I think the Eagles, they're going to be rolling, especially, because defensively they're going to be better. And offensively they're going to be better with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore's coming back to Dallas. You know what I mean? He's their new offense coordinator. By that time, I think they'll be utilizing the weapons they have. So I think they'll actually win. Barring injuries, I think they'll actually beat us the next game. Texans at Cowboys, I like us. What's called, man, I'm looking forward to that game, right? Texas against Michael Parkins and Parsons and CJ Stroud. They've been looking forward to
they
that
do a
thing.
podcast together.
They got a podcast, yeah. So that's why that thing's gonna be interesting. And Michael definitely gonna come up for that game. So I like us to win that game. Texas gonna be good. They definitely gonna be good. But I like us in that game. Cowboys and Commanders. Commanders got to prove they can beat us. I like the Cowboys. Okay. So once again, I think we're gonna sweep the Giants. So I don't see Giants winning. I like the Giants is at the Cowboys. That's a win for us. Now, next game. Bengals at the Cowboys. Now, this is when the Bengals kind of get into Bengal form. Long Joe Burrow's upright. I like the Bengals. You can't go against Joe Burrow, man. Not when he's in his rhythm. You feel me?
I have not disagreed yet with every single one you've picked.
I'm a fan, but I'm being honest, bro.
I know
when Cincinnati get to clicking. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
First couple games when they choppy, but once he get past that halfway point, they in rhythm. You feel me? Cowboys at Panthers.
Oh my gosh.
We really gonna discuss that game, but W for real. As long as the owners there, they suck. I don't care what they do. As long as that owner's there, he's terrible. Okay, so I can't pencil him for no wins. Not that many. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting game next one because Baker and them boys they got an interesting team.
Well, I know which one I'm picking for this one.
You got the Buccaneers and Cowboys, gunslinging. I like my boys though.
Me too.
I like my boys. I like my boys.
There's only like 2 games left, right?
Yeah. Cowboys and Eagles. I like the Eagles. I think it's going to be, even though at this time it's going to be, because I think at this point in the season, it's going to be a critical game. It's Philly, man. It's rough in Philly, bro.
They're going to sweep you?
I think they will.
Oh, that's where that's our first disagreement.
I think we will, because at home, yeah. Hold up. We split. They beat us in our home.
What?
They beat us in our home, right?
Yep.
Revenge game.
Yep.
Dak, come on, strong into the game.
You beat them late last year.
They did. I'm a renege. I don't think we're getting swept. I like us. I think we'll split with the Eagles.
Wow.
And then the last one, we're gonna sweep the Commanders.
I agree with every single pick. Now, to be fair, I changed your mind twice.
You did change on 2. Twice. But I had to think about it. The Eagles sweeping us? Nah, we ain't getting swept on. We'll split, but they'll beat us in our home. We'll beat them at theirs. You feel me?
Well, guess what?
Where we finish at?
It would be, 4 years in a row? 12 wins.
Yeah, I mean that's a Mike McCarthy.
12-5. That's what
that's Mike McCarthy, right? So we'll be continuing either for the division or definitely either a first or second round bye. I think we'll be competing with San Fran.
There's only one bye now. You have to be a number 1 seed.
Number 1. So once again, I don't think we're gonna be the number 1 seed overall. So I got either San Fran coming out. It's going to be between us, San Fran, or Philly that I got coming out as the number 1 seed. Mm-hmm. Detroit can even slide in there, though.
Mm-hmm.
But you got Detroit losing a couple games because you losing your boys, right?
Our division is not going to be a cakewalk.
It's not. It's not
going to be. There's no weak link in our division now.
It really isn't. Even Minnesota, because they still got a good coach. And if they, especially if you get continuity at the quarterback spot, they're going to be a problem. Minnesota's still going to be one of those tricky teams to deal with.
The only issue with Minnesota right now is what they're going to do with Justin Jefferson because he's still not signed.
Yeah, he hasn't signed. They're going to give him the money. They're going to give him the money.
If they sign him, and I think they will, just like you do, they got good receivers.
They do. A young quarterback that you don't have to rush because you still got Sam Darnold, so you don't have to rush J.J. McCarthy onto the field.
Right.
Let him absorb. Let him get the eyes. Let him get the information. Sam Darnold, get you where you get to with him. I think in that system he'll be good because he has a coach that's actually good with quarterbacks. So if he made that bum that the bum that came in, Dobbs, took halfway decent. You know, I know he could do some with Sam Darnold. You know, then you got your boys. What you say only knock against yours is that you got a young team, and at times the coaching. At times the coach. It's the coaching. You know, he's got all the weapons to get it done. It's just once again, they didn't set Justin up to be successful. And a lot of the play calling was just stupid as hell. It's just stupid. It was just stupid. Me and you talked about it many times over.
Bad play calling. And 2 years ago, look at their roster compared to what they got now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Justin Fields was throwing to Pringle.
Come on, man.
You know,
they gave that man no help.
Claypool,
who was a bust.
Traded for Claypool, who sucked.
Straight up.
Pettis. Villis Jr.
Trash.
You're right.
You got Williams coming in with a lot of weapons behind him. They got a lot of help. You know, so I think that and right there, it's setting you up for success. Is be a Chicago Bears fan, right? Green Bay showed us something.
Sure.
They showed us something.
Second half of the year.
Yeah. So Green Bay is going to be good. You know, they're going to be good. And I think that's it, ain't it? And then the Lions.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to lose a beat. They they just signed. Jared Goff got his money.
Yeah.
Highest paid quarterback.
Yesterday.
Highest paid quarterback. Congratulations to him, man. Congratulations to him, man. Especially after the Rams, what they did, and they pretty much threw him to die. They sent him over to the graveyard to die. Little did they know that Campbell was coming in.
Yeah.
Little did they know that they was going to build something special in Detroit. Because you know when they made that trade for Stafford, bro, Goff was supposed to die.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And he didn't.
He died.
Now he's playing his best ball.
Playing his best football.
He's playing his best ball.
Kudos to that franchise, brother. Kudos to that franchise, brother. It's sad that he's in y'all division, but kudos to that whole division.
Very sad. Makes Gil very sad.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest, I like my prediction. I really like your prediction because I agreed with every single game.
Yeah.
Things can happen. Injuries.
Injuries. Obviously, we can't predict injuries.
We can't
predict dumb coaching, situational football. Once again, we talk about this all the time. We can't talk about that type of stuff. But if it pans out the way we think it's going to pan, I think we'll be right around that area.
We're usually spot on when it comes to that we know. We kind of know this.
Yeah.
Before we go to predictions, the NFL, there's usually 4 or 5 teams that were in the playoffs that don't make it, and new teams get in there.
Right.
Well, let's just you pick one team.
Okay.
That made the playoffs last year that you don't think will make it this year, and who gets in this year. It could be, I'm not saying one from the AFC, one from just one team.
I got one. I know what I'm going to go with. I don't think the Buccaneers are going to get in, and I think Atlanta's going to get in.
That's a good one. I would have definitely agreed with that if they didn't draft Penix. If they would have drafted an edge rusher, which they needed, because now their defense, their offense is good, but their defense is a little suspect. They probably still will win that division just because that division is weak.
It's weak.
So I like that prediction. I don't want to agree with you on that, even though I agree with you on that.
So who you got?
Let me think of somebody else. Let me go AFC. I got it.
I know you're going to pick. It's an easy one.
Here we go. I don't think Cleveland makes the playoffs this year, but I think the Jets do.
Ooh, good one. I actually thought you was going to go with Bengals.
They got, if Burrow can go through a season without getting injured, they should make the playoffs, whether it's win a division or wild card.
Well,
that's a killer division.
It is.
Killer. They're eating themselves.
They're gonna kill each other. Like you said last year, they're gonna beat each other up. But the Jets, who's gonna challenge them? Miami? I don't know what they're doing out Buffalo. Maybe they got something special we don't know.
Well, they got that quarterback. They got that quarterback.
Yeah, they got a quarterback, and they got a receiver supposed to be coming out the draft. Cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Miami, as long as it's gonna be cold, no. Okay.
But they may get enough wins the
work
first
to go
half
to
of the year
Miami.
that if they tail off at the end, they still got enough. You know, three
Right.
legit, speedy veteran receivers.
Yeah, and you got
Three.
OBJ, right? Your OBJ's on there now.
They got OBJ, and he's their
Yep.
number 3.
Yeah, he's at 3. Yep. So yeah, you're right. With that, I think they could probably make some noise. As long as they can keep in South Beach, they got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But if you gotta travel to, I don't know, Cincinnati, if you gotta travel to Kansas City, obviously. If you can't travel to Baltimore, even, you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't think Baltimore is bad because Baltimore ain't as cold as you going to Kansas City or going out to Cincinnati in the winter.
You also got to keep in mind they usually at the end of the year had to travel to New England. If they travel to New England this year, New England's not good.
They're not good.
They're not. Their defense will keep them in a game, but their offense will lose the game.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So this might be one of those cold weather games that they win.
Oh, so get them confidence to go into an environment that's cold.
Because they usually just make the playoffs or just miss it because they're falling apart at the end. But if they can win a cold weather divisional game in December that they normally lose, that might get them in. That's what I'm thinking. So, all right. Well,
that being wrap it up, one last thing.
Oh, boxing.
It was a fight that went on. I know it's not very interesting, but Lomachenko defeated Kambosa. And once again, Kambosa is what he was. I'm going to tell you about this guy, Kambosa, man. You know what I mean? Because at one point in time, running around saying, I'm the emperor, the world, I'm the emperor. Because he ended up beating Teofimo Lopez, which, to be honest, Teofimo Lopez really slept on that guy. He really did. He slept on his opponent. He didn't take him serious. He was out basking in glory because he beat Lomachenko, okay, which was suspect at best.
I watched that fight. I watched it live.
It was a good fight. I mean, he came in a great plan. He actually came in and fought a great fight. I'm not taking that from him, okay? I think he did beat Lomo because Lomo always started all slow, which was his knock, right?
And he looked a lot smaller.
He did. So Tio did what he's supposed to do, right? He went at Kambosa's fight, and he really slept on the opponent. He didn't train. He partied like a rock star. He was feeling himself, smelling the punch, drinking the punch, feeling himself. Yeah, that too, the nose candy and all that good stuff. He got in that thing, got his bells rocked. Kambosa really wasn't the caliber fighter that should have even beat him, right? He got exposed by Devin Haney, which, he got exposed, right? And since that Devin Haney loss, it's just been like, dog, sometimes you might just have to retire or something, man, because now you ain't even worth the fight. You ain't even worth the purse. And you made Lomachenko look good. Like he just fought a war and came in and beat you. You know what I mean? And he beat him. It was a dominant. Once he dialed in the information, it was just punishing. He was just punishing him. Hit him all types of angles. He looked like old Lomachenko. He looked like the vintage Lomachenko. So I already knew there wasn't no fight. The Kambosa against Lomachenko, no fight. Just like we're talking about Tank is about to fight Frank Martin. It's not gonna be a fight, bro. Mark what I tell you. He's going to get knocked out probably the 8th or 9th round, like Tank said. He is. Because I give him the first couple rounds and I'm just figuring him out, trying to watch him. You feel me? And I watched a couple fights with Frank Martin and done. And I'm telling you right now, bro, he doesn't pose a threat to Tank because Tank is not going to let him hit him. He's not going to let him get his jab off. And eventually he's going to figure out that you can't hurt me. And then he's going to come in there, he's going to cut that ring off, and he's going to demolish him. He's going to knock that boy out. This is the biggest fight for Frank Martin. This is regular for Gervonta Davis. It means something. Just like when Ryan fought him. Ryan used to big fights, but not on that caliber. It's a difference. You know what I mean? It really is, bro. When you fighting the headliner, really the face of the sport, when you're selling out arenas, this dude is selling out arenas. Like he said, I don't have to go to Riyadh. I don't have to go abroad because I'm selling out every arena that I'm fighting. He's the face of boxing. And now he's about to sign this crazy deal with, I think PBC, one of them places, right? He's about to sign a crazy deal with more than Mayweather. So now you got Mayweather tweeting, you know what I mean? Because Mayweather felt some type of way because he, he's tweeting, he's taking his little shots because unfortunately or fortunately, Gervonta Davis figured out I'm gonna be bigger than you at a younger age than you. And I'm not chasing what you chased. I'm not chasing the 50-0. I don't need her. I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna pride max out, do what I do, and I'm gonna have these young fighters. I'm gonna promote them. I'm walking away from the sport on top.
Mm-hmm.
No question about it. Undefeated, dominant, undefeated. It ain't like Floyd. Floyd wasn't dominant, undefeated. He was undefeated, but he wasn't beating you because he was power knocking you out.
He just
outboxed you. He just outboxed you, was finessing, and he just was elusive, right? Tank ain't that. Tank is elusive, and he got power, and he's headline. He's knocking you out. So I believe at a young age, you retire from the sport, 30, 31, maybe 32. You're good, man. Go away with your millions, live your life. Still contribute to the sport one way.
That's the way to
go, bro. That's the way to go. I'm looking at they talking about obviously the Canelo. They talking about with Crawford go fight Canelo. Whew, that'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight. What I want to see, what won't happen, is him fighting Benavidez, man. I'm tired. I want to see him fight the Mexican monster, man.
I don't understand it.
I don't get it either. Look, why is he fighting these B League fighters, man? Why? That last fight was a joke with Canelo. Come on, bro. You really think he was going to do something, Canelo? Come on. That was just to smack Oscar in the face. That was what that was. That was just to slight Oscar De La Hoya. Straight up. That's the only reason he won that fight.
That's all.
That's it. And nothing to do with the fighter. It was to show you that you bring your fighter up, I'm gonna embarrass you and your fighter. That was all that was. We want to see him fight Benavidez, man. That's the only guy that I think could really give him a shot at that division. He went up to far Bivol. Kudos to you. You went up in weight. Okay. What about the guy that's actually at your weight that is knocking everybody that comes across him out effortlessly? He's not even a fight with this guy. And he's been calling you out. Come on, man. Come on, man. That part right there is the part where I'm like, I had Canelo. I'm not taking his legacy away from him, but it's definitely putting a black mark on his legacy, in my opinion, is that you won't fight the guy, the young boy that's in your division that actually give you a good fight, that's going to start the arena, that's going to bring his people, you bring your people. So we ain't worried about him selling out because you're going to sell out your name. He's going to sell out because this is a big fight. And now you're going to be tested, and we're going to see really, 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 are you that guy?
He's picking his time. Some of these guys do that. He fought Triple G, but he waited till Triple G was just starting to come down.
Yeah.
Just making that turn.
And what was that? Was it a draw the first fight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
They
ended up beating him.
Would they fight 3 times or 2 times?
2 times, because he beat him the second time.
Yeah.
Was it 3?
Was it 3? I don't know.
I know he beat him the other 2 times. If it was 3, he beat him the last 2. And it wasn't even a fight. It was, but then by that time, Triple G had fell off. Like you said, he had fell off. His skill set went down. He wasn't fighting them when he was really like dominating people. And then after them fights, he just rolled off to the sunset.
Yep. That's
how
it goes.
Before we hang out, right? What do you think about that? Tyson Fury against Usyk. How do you think that's gonna go?
You know what's ridiculous? I can't even I'm gonna say Tyson Fury just because. I hope it's a good fight, but I am getting sick and tired of Tyson Fury's father.
Are you?
I'm getting sick and tired of this guy acting like a clown and a bully that can't control himself, headbutting other people from other camps.
Oh man,
acting like he's gonna fight.
Oh man,
he thinks he's the governor.
Yeah,
you see that documentary?
Yeah,
the governor, the guy in England.
Yeah, the guy in England. Yeah.
Come on, man. You're not this isn't bare knuckle. You're not the governor. You're the father of the champ. And maybe you used to know how to fight, and maybe you still do, but to be so loud and obnoxious and to be headbutting other people in other camps and taking off your shirt in the ring and saying, I'll take on any one of you.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Like,
Stop it.
You're trying way too hard. It's
Stop
embarrassing.
Stop
When you're
it.
talking more than your son, who's the champ, that likes to talk, that's enough. That's enough. I'm picking Fury to win. I kind of hope he loses, just so I can hear what his father has to say, which will probably be nothing, because that's what loudmouths do. They don't admit that they're wrong. They get quiet. They go from this to just this, and that's what you live for. Them to say nothing. Nothing.
One last thing before I taper off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling. You like the way they're doing with Solo? You like the way how that's going with Solo?
They're changing it up a little bit.
Yeah. Do you like the route it's going with Solo?
Well, I like change. You know, and a lot of these guys have gotten hurt. You know, Jimmy got hurt. So
yeah, Jimmy did get hurt, didn't he? Yup.
Jimmy got legit hurt. A bunch of them got legit hurt.
They've been really catching injury bug.
Right,
you think Cody's going to end up beating?
Because
don't Cody and what's Cole about to fight? Logan Paul about to fight for the belt. Logan Paul's belt.
Logan Paul and
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody's going to end up taking what Roman was. He's going to give him the belt, and he's going to be. Well, he is the draw. He is a draw right now. We're in the Cody Rhodes era. You know what I mean? So
he's the face of the company, right?
He's the company. So Logan Paul's gonna lose the belt to Cody, obviously. You feel me? I like the bloodline, but I don't see they're not lining up towards. I would like to see maybe Solo line up to, that route to go face Cody, but I think they're going to line it with, with The Rock come back and, you know what I mean, that line.
Oh, yeah? I didn't think about that.
Yeah, remember, because he kind of put it out there because he said, I'll be back. So I think they're going to let it build up. So when The Rock comes back, you know what I mean, and then they're going to really go hard with that storyline, the final boss against Cody.
Well, if they're going to do that, then they got to have The Rock win because
exactly.
They've been rumoring Roman Reigns for WrestleMania.
Ooh.
That's been a rumor.
Let Roman kind of heal. Let him just, get the itch, like the Undertaker, get that itch to want to come back, get his affairs in order, his health, get his things right. I think he's fighting the health with the leukemia, fighting the health. Get that Rock. Let The Rock win the belt. Roman comes back. Change the belt over.
Roman beats him.
He beats him. Get the bloodline back. Ooh,
ooh. How are you feeling about the King of the Ring tournament? How that's going so far?
Man, I ain't been keeping up on the King of the Ring. I'm sorry, brother.
Well, the last couple weeks they've had a couple matches, on Raw and SmackDown, and the one that I'm interested in the most is Gunther. Because he just lost the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, but I don't think he's a guy. I don't think they made him drop the strap
just to
take a step back. I think now they want him to go next level.
Okay.
Next level heel. And next level for the next title.
Okay.
Maybe he's got to be the one on Raw to challenge Cody after Cody and Logan do their thing. So because Gunther he pretty much has to be a heel, and he's too good to have him step.
He's definitely good.
You got to keep him relevant.
Yeah, he definitely is good. I gotta give him that. He's definitely can wrestle.
So I'm curious to see who really comes out of the men's side of the King of the Ring, because I think you can make a rationale story for Gunther, and I think you can make a rationale story for what's his name, the Scottish guy.
McIntyre, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
I think it could be either one.
They still will keep that going along with what they doing with CM Punk.
They're still doing it.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
CM Punk heel and they could come back and
so
CM Punk still is, old, but he still is good with that mic.
Listen, he's a name still. He
Yeah.
doesn't even need to wrestle full time. If he shows up and shoots a promo, he earned his money right there.
Yeah, his promos, I give him that. His promo definitely cut
Still
cuts.
good.
Oh,
As
he's
good
good
as
at
they've ever
that.
been.
He's good at that. His promo, he is definitely good at cutting promos, bro.
Yep.
He definitely is. Oh man, great show, brother.
Great show as usual. Want to thank all the listeners and viewers. Check us out every Wednesday, the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast, 9 p.m. every Wednesday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get our boy Brad back on the show next week so we can talk that hockey. And I'm sure there'll be other things that'll come up, and we'll get into that. Obviously, NBA playoffs.
Yes, sir.
And there is no off season for the NFL, as we talk about it on almost every single show. That's what we're talking about, and we know it. So for my main man, Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Irizarry. Hope everybody has a great rest of the week and weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Enjoy the games, everyone. Deuces, y'all.
My main man.
Peace out. See you on the flip.
Yes, sir.